What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Jolly by Nature, and we are back continuing our Pokemon X Nuzlocke as part of the Blastburn Radio Nuzlocke World Tour. Now, where we last left off, we had stormed the Team Flare laboratories, Lysander Labs, underneath Cafe Lysander and Lumio City. We made our way to the very end, stopped the launch of the weapon of mass destruction, only to find out that scientist Xerneas is a dirty cheater, and launched the thing anyway because bad guys doing bad guy things. We saw an incredibly cinematic launch of this thing in the previously unremarkable Geosinge town, where we have since flown, and as we head in, wow, I won't listen to the Pokemon's cries. That is fucking wild. Wait, why did she say she couldn't let us go? A kid like you shouldn't be exposed to such sights. They're just straight slaughtering Pokemon down there. That's bananas. So obviously Geosinge Town is much changed. I'm curious, is the only way to get here to fly here? No. Okay, so you can backtrack from this way to get here. You just can't from the other way. That's I had never actually noticed that before. That's pretty wild. And as we can see, Geosinge Town is much changed. We now see the point of all those houses we couldn't go in before. They exist to get knocked over by the ultimate weapon. Which fair, I guess. Bought a new life for 5 million Poke. So again, yeah, like every single Flare Grunt spent 5 million Poke to join, which is pretty wild. You better come here prepared, both you and your Pokemon. So we are truly headed into the Team Flare endgame here, as it were. The ultimate weapon has launched, it is active, and they are prepared to destroy the world unless we do something to stop them. It's gonna gleam off. How much damage is Dazzling Gleam gonna do? Not very much. Alright, well we gotta spread our EXP around, so we've got to get Gelato into the mix a little bit, although I feel like PP is swiftly going to become the limiting factor with your girl Gelato. There we go. I mean, I could and probably should give her back return over Dazzling Gleam, although in this particular case, a D-Gleam kind of nice though. Jesus Christ! That could have been it for Gelato right there. I can't believe we did not OHKO a Scrafty with D-Gleam. Gelato, how are you this bad at this, my bud? Honestly, I don't want to lose Gelato here. Like, I don't want to lose those points. I don't want to let Anna back into the running that thoroughly. There are worse outcomes because, like, Gelato going down here in gameplay would mean that I could immediately would mean that I would get that slot back on my team and immediately become immensely more threatening in PvP. So like there are worse outcomes, but I'm not gonna court it, certainly. Like, I would not have just mindlessly clicked D-Gleam there if I didn't have a what I felt at least was a reasonable certainty that was gonna KO. God, that's unfortunate. Banjo is over there going wild, by the way. If y'all can hear that. I hope you can't, because it is distracting. But if you can, that is the dog going ham. I think we're gonna go ahead and... Do we teach Gelato Return, or do we just heal up and get it? We'll just heal up and get the Dazzling Gleam PP back, I think. Like, Dazzling Gleam on Gelato is actually right now the only fairy coverage we have on this particular party, so should probably keep that just in case it's handy. Jolly, I'm coming with you. When I was in Lysander's lab, the masked heroes told me what is going on. They also told me that what Team Flare plans to do with the ultimate weapon. Come on, let's stop Team Flare. No, we have to stop Lysander himself. The world isn't corrupt enough to give up on yet. All right, Serena. So it looks like I'm not gonna have to fight you, Chuckleflex. That's Lysander up there. I definitely do not want to be leading with Gelato. Maybe I do, actually. Fuck it, let's try it. The ultimate weapon's flower has finally bloomed above the soil. Don't you find its beauty captivating? As we speak, it draws energy from the legendary Pokemon. Jolly! I apologize that the weapon was unearthed even after you chose correctly in the lab. But conflicting egos drive this world. Things don't always go the way you want. Okay, so he does know. I had forgotten that. So if he knows, then he's just a hypocrite. We're not going to let you use the ultimate weapon. Even though resources, space, and energy on this planet are limited, the number of people and Pokemon has increased to an unsustainable level. Whether it's money or energy, the ones who steal are the ones who win in this world. You get down. Get out of here. But that doesn't give you the right to destroy everyone but the ones Team Flare chooses. So tell me, the Mega Ring, did you share it? That's different. We competed for it. But when there is only one of something, it can't be shared. When something can't be shared, it will be fought over. And when something is fought over, some must survive without it. The only way to create a world where people live in beauty, a world without conflict or theft, is to reduce the number of living things. Oh, Thanos motherfucker right here. What about Pokemon? Tears? Why? Pokemon shall no longer exist. Pokemon are wonderful beings. Humans have worked with Pokemon and we have helped each other flourish. But precisely because of that, they will inevitably become tools for war and theft. Enough of this. You want to stop the ultimate weapon and I refuse to do so. So I will keep you busy for just a moment. Lysander number 2 got the Mind Chow. Alright, let's... God. Does he fake out here? Like, is he hard-coded to fake out at turn 1 every time, or does he go for a fighting move? I'm hoping he has high jump kick, and then I can bait him into high jump kicking into protect. I'm gonna call the fake out and go for a D-Gleam. No, he goes right for high jump kick. We live. Let's go, Gelato. All right, protect. Boom. You know, fuck, Gelato might be coming to the end. If that didn't do it, I don't know that anything's gonna. Well, there's the Gyarados. God. Maybe not. Can I switch here reasonably? We know this thing has Outrage, so I definitely can't switch into Ravioli. That's a non-starter. It's probably most likely to click Water Stab here, which means that Cheese or Pumpkin Spice would be a relatively safe switch in. But what if it doesn't? Do I stay in and T-Bolt? Like, what if it Dragon Dances? Is switching on a Dragon Dance just handing the game? Kinda, right? Yeah, we're gonna T-Bolt. Okay, it goes for fuck me. Gelato. Godspeed. I knew that I was almost certainly sentencing you, but like fuck. Okay. It is what it is. Now Cheese, I think, just wins from here. Let's go. Strength to protect, huh? But what are you really protecting? A tomorrow that will only end up being worse than today? You're as strong as ever, but it's too late. There's no hope for you now. Go down to the lowest floor and see for yourself. It's not over yet. Aspa, let's look for the legendary Pokemon. Trainers are protected by Pokemon, but they protect Pokemon too, right? Look, you can see the entrance to the lower floors over there. Gelato, I'm sorry, bud. Let's hurry. Oh, there's gonna be more trainer battles in here, huh? Donut's still fine for that, I think. Actually, getting Donut a little bit more EXP on the way is probably a good thing. I'm afraid we're going to have to ask you to turn back. The legendary Pokemon is at the end of this chamber after all. Why did you tell them that? Who would even do something like that? Go the fuck off on Pitbull there, Team Flare Grunt. Holy shit. That is a hilarious bit of dialogue, my guy. Oh, fuck. So I guess question of the day, have you ever had a death in a Nuzlocke that was like as much a relief as it was a tragedy? Because I think that's what we just experienced with your boy Gelato. I want to be very clear here. That was not a sack. I recognize that there is probably a light where it could be seen as such. Or I guess more fairly, it was potentially a sack, but it was me playing against the potential Dragon Dance play. I do not know what moves Lysander has. He could have gone for D-Dance there, and if he had gone for D-Dance there, depending on what his learn set is, he might have been able to overpower Cheese, and thus, at that point, my entire team. So clicking Thunderbolt on Gelato was the safe play to make sure that I was not about to get swept by a Gyarados. Again, what I had been hoping would happen in that entire exchange is that the Mind Shao was going to go for a fake out on turn one. We were going to just eat the fake out. Then we were going to protect on the second turn into a high jump kick to deal about half its health. And then we were going to switch out into Pumpkin Spice and KO it. Which would have Pumpkin Spice out with the Mind Shao KO'd, which was kind of the goal. Which at that point would have drawn the Honchkrow out, and we could have fairly safely switched into Cheese to finish off the entire fight. Like that was the flow I was going for in my brain, even if I did not articulate that well enough. The fact that Lysander did not go for a fake out turn when I went straight for the high jump kick, but then also did not KO was not something that I had particularly anticipated. Again, it did put us in a position where Gelato could take care of the Mind Shao, which was like hugely important. Like I think that a big factor in both of these last two Lysander fights is going to be how healthy is Cheese when Mind Shao goes down. Like, it matters. It matters quite a bit, actually. But yeah, it left me in a position where I had a low health Audino in front of the Gyarados. Like, it baited the Gyarados out next, and I was fairly certain it was going to just attack and secure the KO, and it made the most sense for it to go for stab water in Waterfall or Aqua Tail. But if I had been wrong about that and gone into Cheese, and it had done more damage to Cheese than we could take through the Citrus Berry, that might have lost us the game. And so that wasn't super a risk I could take. So I was banking on either this Gyarados has Dragon Dance and it's going to click it right now, which would have given me an opportunity to potentially just KO it outright with Thunderbolt from Audino, or it does go for an Aqua Tail and it misses, which would have been like incredible, frankly. And at that point, I would have been in like significantly less danger, especially because we knew. Oh God, I shouldn't have led Donut into this fight. Oh well, I did. I can't take it back. But especially since, God, where was Brain? I don't know. Yeah, it was unfortunate. But yeah, the question of the day is what is a death that was unfortunate, that made you sad, but also for other reasons you were kind of grateful for in a weird way. I am grateful for having the Audino slot on my team back. As much as in a way it kind of sucks, because we were just getting to a point with like TM availability where I might have been able to do some cool and fun stuff with Gelato. And to be clear, Gelato is still nowhere near the worst shiny I've ever had. Not even I think merit being in that conversation. Like actually came in really handy from time to time, and I will forever appreciate that fact. But yeah, I'm trying to think of another Nuzlocke death that had that same like level of impact. Maybe Shelby and Heart Gold Soul Silver, honestly, like as much as, or no, because Shelby died against Red. We brought Shelby to Red, so no, I don't know that I've ever had one that was quite that mix up. Although most of my shinies have historically not been great Mon. I think this might be the first time I've ever been somewhat relieved to see one go, even if it wasn't on purpose. Like if we had made it out of that exchange, if I had called that play correctly, and Lysander either missed the Aqua Tail or went for a Dragon Dance and we KO'd the Gyarados, at that point, Gelato would have been a god. Gelato would have been a ride or die boy, like maybe even a lock for team MVP at that point. But you know, like, it wasn't in the cards this time. I made a read, a hard read, and I read wrong. So that's just where we're at. It's an electronic lock. What should we do? This might help. It's advice that helps you when you're stuck on a puzzle. Clement gave it to me. An electronic lock and a puzzle are the same sort of thing, right? Ta-da! The lock opened. Oh, and the device actually broke. So they gave Shauna a machine to cheat at puzzles to set this up at the end so that Shauna could be useful, but it still wasn't Shauna being useful. It was Clement being useful. Wild. Absolutely wild. This is a very cool boss room. Look at this fucking place. We're in the deepest part of the headquarters. It's somehow hard to breathe in here. Hey, is that thing that looks like a tree the legendary Pokemon? It doesn't look like it's alive, but... Oh god, do I gotta fight all these fuckers? I hope not. I don't want Donut to get any more EXP. Okay. Okay, I do get to change my party first. Okay. Donut, you get in the back. Let's start out leading Ravioli here. There we go. That's not bad. God, I really need to get Earthquake for Ravioli. Only having Bulldoze for a ground stab is really unfort right now. Although I am eventually going to run into 4 move slot syndrome on Ravioli. Although, I mean, I guess at that point I can abandon Swords Dance and like choice him, or even just run him like Life Orb Wall Breaker with P-Jab, Earthquake, Dragon Claw, and Fire Blast. Or Flamethrower once we get the Flamethrower TM. Might actually be better. Like, I'll need to calc, of course, but if I remember my last PvP match correctly, like, Fire Blast didn't secure a KO anyway, so it's probably just a matter of, like, risk of missing versus PP, and also percentages, right? Like, how much percentage of damage do I lose going that route, and if that becomes worthwhile to guarantee a hit. Also, I'm pretty sure that Fire Blast has a higher chance to burn, though, and that's like really good. Like burn, obviously not the best status against the Skarmory, but it negates oh god, it negates leftovers if it's rocking lefties, which could potentially matter a lot, actually. Okay, we got a Mightyena. And we're just going to Dragon Claw that boy. I can't believe that so much of Team Flare has Mightyenas and almost none of them are Intimidate. That's fucking bananas. Like, that's the one good thing Mightyena has going for it. There we go, Ravioli. So we kind of measured our EXP right about perfect then, honestly. Like, if we're going to be going into the final Lysander battle with almost everybody, like, just about 52, like, that's where we want them. That's not bad. Let's put Pumpkin Spice up front for this last one. We got one Mon. It is a Golbat. That's not ideal for you, boy. We can burn it. We should be able to live any hit. Oof. Yeah, actually, that was pretty fine. I could maybe stay in here if I really wanted to be cheeky about it, but like critting, like the crit is always a possibility, and I'm dead to crit here. So like, no, we're not going to risk that. We'll go. God, do I want to give Cheese? I don't want to give Cheese the EXP. I think we actually go Ravioli here. It's also possible that it has Air Cutter or Air Slash and goes for a special move, which I wouldn't eat nearly as well. But no, it goes for burn reduced acrobatics, which is fine. We're gonna go for a Dragon Claw, which does not quite do the thing, but the burn damage ought to. Pumpkin Spice taking a KO. Look at that. Okay, here we are. Let's heal up. So now, if you're not familiar, if this is your first series with us, we do these Nuzlockes for points. There are a number of positive things that you can do in the lock to earn points. Most of those are just things that happen naturally, right? Like beating gyms, beating your rival, things like that, things that are just kind of on the straight and narrow, but some of them are optional. We want to make sure we hit all those. And one of those is KOing legendary Pokemon. Now, this is particularly important in newer games like Pokemon X because we're required to catch Xerneas. Like, we can't progress the story until we catch it. But if we don't KO it once before we catch it, we don't get those points. So we are going to make a point here. Also, god damn, this scene is incredible. Like, say what you will about the 3DS generation games. They are fucking gorgeous. Look at this shit. Oh, look, it's the dear god of VGC. Not so much current VGC, although we'll see in Series 10 without Dynamax. Like, Xerneas might get to be the dear god again. Dear god versus Sword Wolf. God, Xerneas is frightening on every possible level. But yeah, we have to KO it once, so we're not just going to huck the Master Ball here. We're going to fight this thing, which is Donut's whole job. Like, Donut is here for this moment. All right, here we go. We're gonna go. Oh, I don't have Toxic. I have Toxic Spikes. How did I overlook that? Well, I did. God, I should have switched T-Spikes out for Toxic before this. That's a pretty rookie mistake, honestly. Oh, and we got the special attack drop. That's actually terrible. And we don't have an Audino to use as a safe switch in. So we just gotta... God, can I switch to reset the stat drop? Into who? Nobody really eats a Moonblast. Okay, we got a Gravity. That's fine. That's a waste of a turn, frankly. Nobody's using moves with a mischance, at least not yet. There's no flying types to get hit by ground. Okay, this might be fine. Goes for Gravity again. Okay, so the AI taking pity on your boy. And it's a wild Pokemon. It cannot heal, so unless... Okay, it's Geomancy, which is horrifying, but it's gonna be dead. We're good. We're good. We're good. Jesus Christ, we're good. Okay, so we did KO the Xerneas. We're gonna go ahead. God, I don't know if we get experience for this catch. We're gonna put Pumpkin Spice up front, just in case, because I feel like Pumpkin Spice is the best middle play as far as things I would want to lead in the Lysander battle after, versus things I don't mind getting EXP from catching Xerneas. Like, Pumpkin Spice is the net middle here. We're gonna... I don't know if this is one of those legendaries that is guaranteed to get in the Pokeball no matter what you throw at it at what percentage. I'm just going to chuck a Master Ball to be safe. I don't want to risk losing anything here or taking a bunch of unnecessary damage. We got a Xerneas. We will not be using it. Just like with all of our Nuzlocke runs, we're not going to use legendary Pokemon. We are not adding it to our party. And we'll be releasing it as soon as we get back to the PC. Look at this motherfucker right here. So this is the mighty Xerneas. I expected more from a Pokemon called a legend. You desire help from people? You need help from a human? What's going on with that outfit? Is that really you, Lysander? Oh, whatever. Aspet already beat you. What are you doing here? For me, victory is using the ultimate weapon. In order to do that, I need to reclaim the legendary Pokemon's power and send it to that weapon once again. I'll be taking the legendary Pokemon back now. This time, I won't lose. I too shall use the Mega Ring and Mega Stone that you researched during your travels. Here we go. Final boss, Lysander. Maybe the hardest battle in this game. Also, immediately incredibly unhinged. Alright, so this thing does get acrobatics. It can't fake me out. It's almost certainly going for an acrobatics this turn. I should eat that relatively well. We're going to stay in and go for a Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, we actually ate that pretty okay. I do need to be aware and concerned of the fact that Lysander's Mega Gyarados could have Crunch. And could hugely threaten Pumpkin Spice in that way. But otherwise, I think Pumpkin Spice should actually be okay to come back in, which is really good here. We're going to go hard cheese. Hard cheese, not soft cheese. We should take almost nothing here. Yep, let's go. And then I think we go Hydro Pump for damage. It's going to really suck if we miss this. Or do we place a sub? Let's get a sub up. Let's go! Okay, that actually changes everything. That was admittedly incredibly lucky, but that changes like the tenor of this whole fight. Banjo, what are you doing? It changes the tenor of this entire fight, because now the Mega Gyarados can't just come out and immediately threaten a KO. That Pyroar can hit through sub with Hyper Voice, but I'm mostly okay with that as long as we keep our sub up. And actually, we land the Hydro Pump and go first, so I don't think it's even going to get a chance to attack. Yep, down goes Pyroar. Here comes the Honchkrow. The question becomes, does Honchkrow break the sub? Does Honchkrow get to attack here? It does not. Okay, we got the sub up. We got the sub up going into the Gyarados. Let's go. I think we actually Wisp here. Because odds are we were not going to one-hit KO with T-Bolt once it Mega Evolves anyway, and getting that Wisp up I think is super important. Okay, we do get the Wisp up. We see Outrage come out. I'm really surprised that was not an EQ, considering. Let's stay in and go for a T-Bolt here. There's no point in subbing again because it already broke the sub with the first hit. Okay. It's going to Outrage again. How much damage is that going to do? Not that much, and we're going to eat our Citrus. He's confused now. Let's go. And we should just outspeed and finish him off. I was expecting that we were going to have to go into Omelet here, but like, no. Like, we just do the thing. Cheese is a monster. Maybe it doesn't have Earthquake. I could have swore it had Earthquake. It's over. Fools with no vision will continue to befoul this beautiful world. They will go on until the only thing left to do is squabble over the remaining scraps of hope. Wah! Know what I think? Even if there's only a little bit of something, it's still best to share it. Even you managed to use Mega Evolution. That's because Gyarados shared its power with you, didn't it? And not just Gyarados, but your other Pokemon too. The legendary Pokemon is gone, so you can't use the ultimate weapon anymore, right? You don't have to worry about the future all by yourself. I think everyone should work together to make a better, beautiful world. If that were possible, all wars would have ended long ago. I can only see one future. One where selfish, foolish humans think about nothing other than themselves and steal more and more from one another. It's a tragic future. The original purpose of this device was to bring a Pokemon back to life, but the ancient king transformed it into this ultimate weapon. When the legendary Pokemon awakened, it took back much of its energy, its power, that had been sent to the ultimate weapon. There's not much power left, but there is enough to use it once. Jolly, Sycamore's pupils, let us live forever. That's right, I shall grant you eternal life. I'll give you the pain of endlessly waiting for a beautiful world to finally be built. Jolly, Shauna, let's get out of here. So I actually forget how this series concludes. I think I remember, but I forgot that he threatened to make you live forever. That's kind of wild. So we see the weapon go off. It goes up into space and comes directly back down. It's going to destroy the flare labs. But again, he said he was using it to grant life, not to destroy. Like, did he mess up? Does it do both simultaneously? Is Lysander going to live forever now? I don't know. That's extremely ambiguous. Phew, I'm so glad you're all safe. I really respect the courage and kindness all of you showed. Thank you. We're all fine. Are you guys all okay, Xerneas? Yep, as you can see, we're doing great. Thanks for asking. We worked together to save the Pokemon connected to the stones on Route 10. I mostly left battling with Team Flare to Sina and Dexio, though. Who are these Sina and Dexio you speak of? We're the masked heroes. Don't worry about it, Xerneas. We were all doing the best we could to stop Team Flare's plans. Oh, we have a little bit of news for you all. We managed to destroy the machine in Lysander's lab that was spying on people's holocaster transmissions. So we won't have to deal with Team Flare anymore. Now I can go back to filling up my Pokedex. So, it's finally over, right? We can go back to our adventure, right? Let's go back to Anastar City and start from where we left off. Thank you, Assbutt. I have so much respect for you as a friend. It's because I respect you that I want to beat you in battle as your rival. I really mean it. A long, long time ago. A very long time ago. The man made an ultimate weapon. Using it required the life force of many Pokemon. The Pokemon granted eternal life learned this. The resurrected eternal Pokemon left the man's side. The man was surprised and sad. He had revived it so they could be together. Day after day passed, but they were never to meet. Eventually, he became a mere shell of a man condemned to wander forever by the light of the weapon. And a Pokemon that also wanders eternally. Where is it now? What do I have to do to meet it? So, fun fact, Eternal Flower Floette, the Floette from AZ's story, is in the code of this game. It has been in the code of Pokemon. I don't believe it's in Sword and Shield, because Floette's not in Sword and Shield, but it's been in every Pokemon game prior to that, since X and Y, but it's never been released. It's another one of those Pokemon, like Arceus, actually, that never saw, like, an official release, even though it was coded into the game. But unlike Arceus, and unlike things like Original Form Magearna, which have been eventually released, we still have not seen Eternal Flower Floette. So maybe we'll see that in a future title, but it's pretty wild that it's still not out. All right, well, first and foremost, it is time for us to say goodbye to the friend that we've lost. I guess first of all, we can say goodbye to the legendary we're never going to use. Bye, Xerneas. Bye. All right. Gelato, I had really mixed feelings about meeting you and about using you. I cannot lie, you have impressed me at every possible turn, performed above and beyond all of my expectations. I still can't say that you were like a good team member. I cannot say that you were the best possible use of that slot on my team, but you were a friend. And you went down in maybe the most epic way you possibly could have. And I'm legitimately going to miss you. Godspeed. All right, well, that leaves us with one thing left to do on this chapter, and that is, of course, pay a visit to our good friend, the Egg Box. Now, we've got 5 Pokemon left. One of them is shiny, which means we have 4 options for what could potentially go into the Egg Box. And not to bury the lead, but it's going to be Donut. And that sucks. Donut is really, really good here. Like, really good. Donut did huge work all week. The whole chapter, Donut was really important. But at the end of the day, I have a ground type that I am required to use in Ravioli, and I have a really strong steel type in Optimus. And just in general, the things that Donut brings are not things that I particularly need on the team at this point. And so, with a heavy heart, we must say farewell to Donut, who retires with all honor to the Egg Box. Now, as always, we are going to select our egg randomly with a D6 die, starting with our horizontal row. We're gonna be in row 1. So our second egg from row 1. And our vertical column will be egg 3. So the middle of row 1. And our new egg friend is Big Dick Beetle. Well, this might be a dupes, but we're gonna find out. Let's go hatch Big Dick Beetle. Big Dick Beetle apparently wants to keep us waiting. Oh. It is dupes. Hello, Big Dick Beetle. Thank you very much for the hair across. Y'all know that I love to see it. I'm not going to bother nicknaming it. We're going to call dupes here. Sorry, guys. We already have a Mega Heracross who has more than earned his spot on the team. And yes, that was a Mega Heracross. Very cool Pokemon, though. Thank you very much for the submission. We appreciate it. All right, so once more, let's give this another shot. Big Dick Beetle, return to the egg box from which you came. We'll be taking an egg in row 3. Okay, so we've got 4 eggs available. 1, 2, 5, and 6. And we'll be taking egg number 1. This one right here. We got SpongeBob. All right. I think I know who this one is as well. We have had a SpongeBob. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? White and airplane shaped and happy is he? Oh. Let's go! We got a SpongeBob! You love to see it. Thank you very much for SpongeBob. I appreciate him. I will love and protect. Now let's take a look at what SpongeBob has on offer here. Super luck, so it is a crit kiss. All right. All right. I don't think I have a crit boosting items. I don't think I have like a scope lens, which would have been like really hype here. But like we can work with this. It's another life orb. That's not bad. Do I have a Razor Claw or a scope lens anywhere? I'll have to look up and see if either of those items are available. They might not be, and that we might just have super luck, and that's still fine, honestly. Okay, we don't have one yet. That's fine. All right, well, I will take care of getting SpongeBob all up to appropriate level and decked out off stream or off recording, I think, because I'm gonna have to make him love me too, and that's gonna take a minute. But that's gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back in our team builder as we prepare to bring this squad into PvP. But as always, I have been Jolly by Nature. Thank you so much for watching. See y'all next time. Hey, what's up, everybody? You made it to the end of the video. That is so awesome. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. Be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons so you stay up to date on what I and my co-hosts are doing right here on the Blastburn Radio YouTube page. Also, be sure to check out Blastburn Radio Podcast, which is available wherever fine pods are casted, as well as at our website down below at blastburnradio.com. But yeah, we'll be back next time, and I hope to see you there. Take care.